Today we're working on the Pontiac Torrent 2008. It's going to be the same procedure for the Chevy Equinox and the GMC Terrain. They don't make the Torrent anymore, but that's okay. It's still the same thing. Customer complains that they can smell some coolant smell. I did a water pump in this car probably, 4 months ago, something like that. So we're going to do a couple things, and first thing we're going to do is pressure test this cooling system. Now we're getting started here. We're going to check this coolant, make sure it's still green, which it is. And the light kind of sucks in there, but it's definitely not brown, it's definitely green. We're going to take the reservoir cap. This is the cooling system pressure test kit from Astro Pneumatic. This is what we're going to use today to pressure test our cooling system. First thing I'm going to do is grab our cap. This is off of our 2008 Torrent. And we're going to grab something that kind of looks like this. And I think it's going to be maybe one of these two. Maybe even that guy. That might be it. Alright, in our case, it's this light blue one here. My point of showing you this is that it doesn't always have to look exactly the same. These ones are a little bit off. It's also possible that we're missing a ring or something right there, but they're a little different. But in any case, take this guy, get it screwed on there. Don't have to go too crazy on it. And then take this pump, and we're going to connect it on here. This is the pressure relief. And then we're going to pump this thing up to about 15 psi, where that one is, where the green meets the red, about 15 psi. So we're pretty much there. We're just a little bit low. It's about 14 psi. Now each manufacturer has different specifications on how hard you should pump this thing, but we're all set up here. This is pressurized. This is a pressurized tank. So it goes straight from here into like your radiator, heater core, and stuff like that. And now all we're going to do is look for leaks. So we're looking at this pipe here, and you can feel them. They're pretty tight. This is the upper radiator hose. That's the lower radiator hose. There's our water pump. So this is the water pump I did, like I said, about 4 or 5 months ago or so. And we're just going to look for any kind of green coolant coming out anywhere. Specifically right down in here. That's where it likes to sit, just down in the V of that engine. I don't see anything at all. I mean, it's dirty because it's a 2008, but I don't see any leaks. We'll come back here after it's been a couple minutes, look at our pressure. And we're just a little bit lower than where we were, which is kind of normal. This thing's not perfect. It loses a little bit of pressure. And I'll show you guys what I mean. If you just take this and rock it, you can probably hear that just barely coming out of there. But everything looks good pressure-wise. I don't think he's losing any coolant. We checked the coolant level before and looks fine. So anything he's smelling at this point could be coming from the heater core or just from burn off from what was sitting there previously. But all in all, this car checks out okay. Now when you're using this tool, when you're all done, just take this little thing right here, push it in. And we're going to let this go out until this gauge reads about 0, and then it's got a little collar. Pull up on the collar and remove it like that. And that's it. Now you just take this thing, unscrew it, take the old cap here, throw that on there. That's that. It should be pretty good to go, honestly. Didn't find anything that was causing any leaks here.